Welcome to the College Application and Essay Workshop, presented by the NSphere College Planning Services team. Today in our workshop, we are going to be reviewing 5 different topics. The first topic we're going to review is the College Planner Pro program that we have here as a resource and a tool for our clients. I hope you find it extremely effective in your college planning process. The second topic we are going to address is college applications, the various types of applications, the names of them, and what you can expect when using them. The next topic we're going to cover is other college-related documents. And these are other documents that are required in the college application process that are required as a part of your application materials. The fourth part we are going to review is writing an effective college essay. We'll go over some tips, we'll go over an essay, and we will also go over some essays that worked. And finally, we are going to go over college interviews. So, as I mentioned in our agenda, College Planner Pro is a program that we use here at NSphere that is one of the most comprehensive tools that our clients can use in the college planning process. So what is it used for? Number 1 is used for communicating with the NSphere team. Number 2, it's used for uploading college documents such as testing scores, SATs, ACTs, transcripts, your college essays, etc. Third, it is used for researching colleges and universities. The fourth aspect used in College Planner Pro is giving you the opportunity to create a well-balanced list of schools that you're going to apply to. It is also used to finalize your college list, which we will go over in a bit, the requirements that we have here at NSphere regarding your college list. And finally, it also goes over the testing schedule for SAT and ACTs. So if you're planning to take any SATs or ACTs, it gives you a calendar of when those dates are and when the registration is due. So I thought it would be best to go over what exactly College Planner Pro looks like. So when you look at College Planner Pro, you're going to log on to your dashboard. So as you see here, it says, "Hello, Teresa," and you see 6 tabs at the top. You see Dashboard, which is the current screen that we are on. You see Testing, Colleges, Files, Emails, and Calendars. So let's first start with the dashboard. So you will see your My To-Do list. And these are the tasks that, as your consultant, I will be assigning to you throughout our time together. So as you can see, the tasks I had created for myself were the ACT practice test, and I give you the date it needs to be completed. And what you simply can do is click on it, and you can see when the start date is and when it needs to be completed. And it says complete an ACT practice test. Then you see where it says review the college list and when that needs to be completed. If you look over to where it says Conversations with NSphere, this is the best way for us to communicate. Email is great and all, but it's really, really great to see the communication going back and forth with the conversations that we're having on here. So it's basically using DM, direct messaging, through different social media types of platforms, but this basically is going to assist you with communicating back and forth. You will also see to the right where it says your information, so it's your name, your email, etc. If you look at the top, the top will show you where it says edit my keychain. So this is where you can actually put usernames and passwords, such as your common application account, your College Board account. It keeps you really, really well organized. And one of the services that we provide here is I am able to review your college applications. And this is where you would put your username and passwords so that I could review them. You also could potentially go where it says edit my profile information to go through and fill in additional information, but we already have this basically created for you. So that is what your dashboard looks like. It's basically your hub. So if you go over to where it says testing on the next tab, this is where you could already see some of your scores from your SAT and ACT. So you could input these directly yourself, or I may have already done it for you if we've been, already starting this process. If you scroll down, you will see the ACT available dates. Those are scheduled through July 18th of 2020. And when you simply click on those, that is where you will see at the top where the information is for your scores to be placed. So again, I may have put those in for you already, or you may have done it yourself. So you have the ACT dates, and then you also have the SAT dates as well that are listed there through June 6th of 2020. Now, this is important that you had these entered in because this is going to help with the next part of what we're going to review. On the college tab, you have the opportunity to research colleges, which I'm going to go over in a minute, but having that information like your GPA and your testing scores helps you as the student, as our client, identify the different ranges of where you match up with other applicants that have applied to the school in the past. So when you go to colleges, you see the My College list. So there's information about my application deadlines and college reports. And college reports are something that at NSphere we can generate using this system. You also see something called suggested colleges. And these are colleges that I, again, help make recommendations based on things that you share with me. Majors, what you're looking for in a campus, activities, in a city, not in a city, large, small. So that's what is placed there. Then you will see where it says my list of colleges. So what I have here are the schools that I am interested in as a student. So it says Bucknell University and Seton Hill University. And that's what I'm going to take the time right now to show you. So as you see at the top, this is view removed list colleges, campus map view, and add college to my list. And this is what we're really going to focus on today. So let's say that you are interested in, we'll just use another school. We can use LaRoche University, which is right here in our backyard. So when you click on LaRoche, again, this is basically a one-stop shop in terms of information that you want to review about the school. So if you look at this college profile, it goes over statistics such as the amount of tuition, the students enrolled, students admitted. It goes over the total undergraduate students, the types of students that have applied. It also goes over requirements such as a high school transcript, recommendations, admissions. It also goes over the costs and expenses. And then it gives a really nice breakdown of financial aid and how students were able to finance their education, the different types of loans, the different types of grants, etc. Again, one-stop shop. If you look over to the pie chart where it says high school GPA I have given myself a 4.0. And if you see, my GPA is a 4.0 and the average is a 3.20. So this gives you the high school GPA, the percentage of the students that were accepted into the school, what their average was, and it gives you also the percentage, the breakdown. So 18% had a 3.75 or higher, etc. The next part you will see is it says SAT, how do I match up? It's the same with the ACT as well. So as you can see, my score on the reading and writing was a 600, but the 50th percent ranges have been converted to the new SAT scoring format. So when you see that, that doesn't really matter because it is the new SAT. So within that range of 400 to 510, it's the 50th percentile range, 50% range, and that is scored based on full-time students enrolled. So that gives a really good range to see, where you add up in terms of your testing scores. If you go back up to the screen, this is the college profile, and then you see where it says the research launchpad. These are additional tools, websites that you can use that are very well known. So a big one is the US News and Report, and if you click on that, it'll give you a really nice review of information regarding what US and News World Report has ranked LaRoche, additional information that you could find. So again, this is all basically a one-stop shop. We don't really use college notes very much, but we do use the degree programs. So again, this kind of gives you an outline of what are the different majors and what are the different degrees. So I am interested in doing accounting, let's say. So LaRoche offers it under their business management, marketing, and related supportive services. And I can go there and get a bachelor's degree. But if the schools show in this program where you can earn the bachelor's, master's, and doctorate. So again, this is really, really helpful. And again, the one-stop shop. It'll just take a moment here to load up the essay requirements. So the essay requirements for LaRoche College are listed here as well, and it typically takes a minute or two for it to load up, as an example. And this isn't really loading up the way it needs to be done. But again, it'll give you the requirements of the essays. So again, really great tool to use to look up colleges and to build your list. So what will eventually happen is on August 15th, we recommend that you prepare your college list of where you're wanting to apply. And that will be listed under my list of colleges. And so what will happen at that point is your family, your parents will sign off that they agree that you're going to be applying to these schools. So that is where that list will be generated. So the next aspect of College Planner Pro is the files. And this is going to be very key in where you will be able to submit your college essays that we'll be able to review. So basically what you'll do is where it says to upload files, you're going to click where it says click here, and you will import your college essay. And then once that is reviewed by a member of our NSphere team, that'll then get sent back to you under My Files and Folders. And it's very, very important that you know that any type of communication, or if there's any kind of deadline, anything to that effect, you will get a notification. So you as the client, as well as your parents, will get a notification from College Planner Pro basically stating that there has been a change on the program for you, an update. The last is emails, and this is any kind of email. So again, it's anything that College Planner Pro sends you, the notifications, etc. You are not able to directly respond to the emails. It just kind of shows you a record of it. And then finally, this is the calendar aspect that you can use. You can link your calendars. If you know you have something on your phone, you use Google apps, etc. And this may just be a really good tool for you to keep yourself organized. So again, College Planner Pro is a very, very useful tool that can help you with the process of going through your college planning, researching schools, documents, and communicating effectively with our team. So let's now move on to college applications. And I'm sure it's a very nerve-wracking time. You may be very excited, feeling a bit overwhelmed, confused. Maybe you don't know where you want to apply. Maybe you're happy because you are ready to move on with the next phase of your life. And in any regards, it's an exciting time, but it's also a nerve-wracking time. And if you listen to the recommendations of the NSphere team and complete all of your tasks by the due dates we provided, you stay focused and you're organized throughout the process, this will help you make great decisions for yourself and will make this process extremely less stressful. So what exactly is on the college application? So there's things like your contact information, email, phone numbers, address, your name, birth date, all those kinds of things. Number 2 is family information. They'll ask things like your mom and dad's name, who you live with, address, emails, etc. The third thing that you typically find on your college application is academic information. So that's anything from the list of courses that you have taken or you're currently taking, your testing scores, the grading scale, anything having to pertain to your academic information. The next thing they typically ask for on your apps is extracurricular activities. So that's a list of activities that you've done in school, clubs, sports, the musical, anything to that effect. Also, if you've had any type of part-time jobs, you've done community service, if you've done any internships, etc. There also is oftentimes a place where you can submit your essays and supplemental essays as well. So it's very important to know that the majority of applications are completed directly online. It's very rare that paper applications are used, and when they are used, it may be because the college admissions rep is at your school, at your high school doing a college visit, and they say you can apply on the spot, or maybe you're at a college fair, but the majority of the schools do strictly do everything online just because it's so much more easier and effective to use than paper. So you are going to see when you begin this process, there are several different types of applications. So the first type of application that you may see, it's called school specific. And that is basically an application that pertains just to that school, and they ask specific questions and have specific requirements. A school that comes to mind for this type of school specific application would be Georgetown University in DC, and they are very, very specific in the types of questions that they ask, the information they need, and that is strictly for Georgetown. As a matter of fact, they do letters of recommendation, transcripts, all of those things need to go specifically through that portal. Next type of application that you will see or hear a lot is called the common application. And that is the #1 most commonly used application from colleges. And what you will find with that is it allows a student to fill out one application form and submit it to more than one college. And that basically, again, you fill out one time the general information, name, address, information about your academic record, activities. And then what happens is, depending on what school you apply to, it has various types of requirements based on that school. And in just a bit, I will actually show you what the Common App looks like. You also will have the opportunity to see what specific essays or any supplemental information directly on the Common App is required. And as always, it is important that you check with the individual school's website or communicate via the phone or email to see what they use. The next one is called the collation application. And again, this allows a student to fill out one application form and submit it to more than one college. This is a fairly new type of application. It's only been around for a couple of years, so it is jumping on. A lot of colleges are jumping on the bandwagon to get to this particular application. So again, it is fairly new. The platform is the service of the Coalition of Access, Affordability, and Success, which offers free online planning tools for applicants. It looks a lot different than the Common App, but again, very similar concept of it. So as I had said before, can't state enough the importance of finding out what applications colleges use, whether it's their own or the Common App, Coalition App, etc.
The next portion of our college application session today, we will be reviewing the Common Application. The Common Application is one of the most popular types of applications students can use to apply to a variety of colleges. Currently, 800 colleges and universities in the United States participate in the Common Application process. So the first thing you want to do is you want to log on to the Common Application and you want to create an account. Now, if you have been on this account before August 1st, or you may have been on it, in the spring last year, you will notice that it is completely different. They have changed it, the way it looks, the way they've really modernized. The first thing you want to do is once you create your account using an email address as your new username and a password that you find best suits you, you will notice there are 5 tabs on the Common App: the dashboard, My Colleges, the Common App, College Search, Financial Aid Resources. So if you click on the dashboard, at this time, you will not have any colleges on your dashboard because you need to apply to them. But if you look on my dashboard, I have selected 3 colleges that I'm interested in applying to. So one is Bucknell, one is Seton Hill University, and the other is University of Notre Dame. How did I go to those schools? I simply started off by going to College Search. Now you can type them in or you can filter them in, and as you can see, there are 851 schools. So I went in and typed my school and then I added it. And that's what you will be able to do. So once you have that added to your dashboard, every time you click onto your dashboard, your colleges will come up, as well as the tab where it says My Colleges. So if you go over to the My Colleges tab, you will see those 3 schools that I'm interested in applying to are Bucknell, Seton Hill, and the University of Notre Dame. Now, just as a side note, this is a practice account that I created to produce this video. Okay, so let's go first to the 3rd tab where it says the Common App. So as I had stated previously, the Common App is this one specific form that asks very simple information like your name, your address, as you can see here, very, very specific information that you'd only have to fill out one time. So then it goes to your information about your family, your education, where you attend high school, what courses you're enrolled in, what courses you've taken, testing, that's where you would self-report SAT and ACT scores, essays, and then, activities, and then writing. So for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to kind of click through where it says activities, and this is where you would go through and list the activities that you participate in. The same thing with testing. They ask you some questions about testing, and then you kind of click through. Now with this part where it says writing, it says the schools that I listed, Bucknell, Seton Hill, and University of Notre Dame require some type of essay. So that is where I would place it there. So really I recommend the first thing you do is decide what colleges you're going to put on your list. And I would also recommend that you then fill out the Common App as well, because the Common App is only needed to be completed one time. And once you do that, you'll be able to have that reviewed and have that piece completed. If you use other school-specific online applications, you will notice that you will be repeating yourself multiple times. That is why the Common App is highly, highly recommended that you use it as much as possible, because you're only filling out general information one time. The piece where it gets a little tricky is where schools may require multiple essays or supplemental information, etc. So again, I would highly recommend you start filling out the Common App piece and also add your schools as well. So that way, you're familiar with what you need to accomplish. So if we go to the dashboard, let's look at Bucknell University. Bucknell, it says my application is in progress. So if you look here for this piece, on the left, my application has not been completed. My Common App has not been completed yet. But you'll notice that there are some additional questions that Bucknell is requiring, as well as if you see, below, again, I didn't finish my activities, contacts, etc. So I would have to complete that. And then it says recommenders and FERPA, and that's where, depending on what your school requirement is, that's where you would put your recommendation letters from teachers, other adults, etc., and review and submit your Common App. So again, this is just basic information that needs to be completed specifically for Bucknell, along with that Common App piece, which is the third tab over that you would complete on your own. So again, I can't reiterate this enough. It's important to do the Common App piece first, as well as adding those colleges that you want to apply to. So as you see, we click on Seton Hill. It's the same concept with Seton Hill. They have no writing requirements. No writing supplements, but they do require one of the essays, and it's the same thing. There is questions that I need to fill out, as well as academics and family information as well. So again, these are just questions that need to be completed in addition to the Common App. If we click over to the University of Notre Dame, on their college information page, you will notice that they give all of their deadlines, but you will also notice that if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, they require a Common App prompts, additional college questions, a writing supplement, which includes 1 required question and 4 optional questions. So they're a little different, where they not only require the Common App piece, the questions, recommenders, and FERPA, they want you to review obviously, but they have a piece of the writing supplement, questions as well. So you will notice that with some schools that they do that. So going back to the dashboard, again, this is where you are going to notice your key place in where a lot of things are completed or need to be done. You tap to the My Colleges to the left-hand side. Again, it gives you information, Bucknell, again, their information, address, early decision, regular decision, fees, what is required, etc. And that's for each school. Again, here is the Common App where it's required you complete all of these sections. Again, I would start with this as well as building that college list using the college search for your dashboard. It's only going to help you stay more organized. And again, you're only filling this out one time. The college search is where you can put in the college or you can scroll through. That's a new feature. And then finally, there are some financial aid resources that are extremely helpful. And again, the Common App site is totally revamped. There's a lot more resources. So what are the immediate next steps that you need to take with the Common App? Number one, you need to identify if the schools you're applying to use it. And that's what I would use as much as possible because it's only going to keep you more organized in this process. So you use the create a Common App account is the second thing, using an email address and a password that you will use pretty frequently. You then want to start adding some colleges under the college search, and then immediately go to that third tab where it says the Common App and fill out that general information. Then that will help you as you're building your list to determine what schools require what they need. I hope you have found this section of the Common App to be helpful. It's extremely straightforward and easy to use. If you have any further questions about it, please ask.